Ready to rock. All right. So we are going to begin this Tai Chi practice by just settling in to our body, taking a moment to observe where you're at right now. It's going to be different every day. It's going to be different throughout the day. So we're going to really take this time to just turn inwards and just be aware of where you are, whatever that means. We're going to move pain-free. So we're not going to push through any pain. We're just going to try to nice gentle movements, no restriction, no pain. Okay. So gently let your attention float down all the way to your feet, to the bottoms of your feet. And we're going to feel a nice solid connection there with the ground, the floor, whether that means your bare feet or your socks or your shoes. Does not matter. Just want to feel that connection. And then we're going to gently just let your weight just shift slightly from leg to leg. Not doing anything, just observing what that feels like, what the rest of your body does, how you react to that feeling. Trying to really notice that foot connection, the energy coming all the way up from the bottoms of your feet. And then gradually just let that weight go back even each foot and feel what that feels like. Now we're going to slowly let our attention drift up our body, relaxing the whole body as we go, and then we'll move from that relaxed state. So just gently take your attention to the tops of your feet and let go with all the muscles in your feet. Take your attention to your ankles. Just gently relax through your ankles. And then your shins, relaxing, let your calves relax. Gently release your knees, the fronts of your thighs, the backs of your thighs. Relax your glutes, your hips, your belly, the lower back, your upper back, your chest relaxes. Release your shoulders. Relax your upper arms, your elbows, your forearms, your wrists. Relax your hands, maybe wiggle your fingers, really feel a full relaxed arm. There's no blockage anywhere there. And then let your attention go back up your arms towards your neck. We're going to relax your neck. Release your jaw, maybe just move it around for a second. Relax your cheeks, maybe wiggle your nose. And then your forehead relaxes. Next, inhale, let your head just gently float upwards towards the ceiling. And with your exhale, just relax down. Really feel that whole body relaxing downwards. Take another deep breath in, float your head up. Imagine there's a string just gently pulling your head up. As you exhale, release down, but your head stays suspended upward. Take another breath like that, float up, feeling the space all the way through your whole body, maybe feeling a little bit taller. And with your exhale, just relax down. Next breath in, shoulders are going to float up towards your ears and just gently let them round backwards and down. And then bring them forwards and up with your next inhale. Backwards and down. We're not trying to force this motion to any sort of extreme. Just inhale, let your body move, feel what that feels like. One more, inhaling up, lowering, exhaling down. And now we're going to change that direction. So go ahead, inhale back and up, forwards and down. Another one, reverse, little shoulder circles. Again, not forcing any movement, just going with what your body's doing. And then next, inhale, shoulders up towards your ears. With this exhale, you can just release them down. We'll try that again. Just whatever your comfort level is. We're not forcing them down. Inhale, float them up. With your exhale, just let them fall. One more like that, float up. And then just relax them down. Okay, now let's do a quick body scan. We're going to gently take that weight back from leg to leg, staying within our body, within our center, within our hips. But now we feel, hopefully, now the whole body is nice and loose. Okay, equal out that weight again. We're going to turn the hands, palms out. And with your inhale, float your arms up towards your shoulders and then let them rotate. Palms are down as the arms sink. Doing that again. A little bit of a scooping motion. You imagine lifting something up to about shoulder height, and then the palms turn, and then we're just lowering down. Doing that motion again. Inhale, lifting. Turn the hands, exhale, lower down, maybe as if you're closing a window. And then we're going to try, you can continue with breath to movement, or if you would like at the top, we're going to turn, we're going to release. So just let those hands go down with your exhale. Let's try that again. So turn those palms, inhale, floating up. Turning, exhaling down. Just nice and loose. Really feel that looseness in your whole body. Let's try that one more time. Palms out, inhale up. And then just let go. Okay. If at any time you feel like you need to take a break or shake out your body, please do so. It is your practice, so whatever feels comfortable for you, go for it. Next movement, we're going to take our hands, palms face up, interlace your fingers together, and then our intention is going to lift these hands up. So take a breath in and then rise up. Palms turn towards your face and then rotate up and then open out. Big circular motion. Doing it again, rejoining, hands together, inhale, floating up. Opening out to the side. No rush through any part of the movement, just present in each little part. Inhale, float up. Turn the hands. Float down. Okay. Similarly, we're going to continue here. Inhale, floating up. You can keep that breath and movement nice and gentle, or as we let go, you can let go with the arms and just let them relax against the legs. Inhale, float up. Arms turn up, opening out, letting go. Just releasing. We'll try one more like that. Inhale, floating those hands up. Opening, letting go. Okay. Full body relaxation. Always checking in with that, how that feels. And now let's get into these movements that we've been working on. I'll go over everything if you're new or if this is your first time checking this out. So we're going to start with our feet nice and connected, our head gently floating up towards the ceiling, bodies relaxed. Hands are just resting alongside our legs. And now with our inhale, the hands are going to just float up about shoulder height. And then with the exhale, back down. So our first movement here, just inhale, getting lighter, exhaling, sinking back down. Use your breath, use your intention to just let the arms float up and then release them down. As the arms rise, imagine your wrists just gently being pulled upwards, and then as you exhale, the elbows draw down first, the hands react. We'll do one more of these movements, inhaling up, exhaling down. Okay, new movement, second one. Same idea, hands float up, then the hands rotate in towards each other, and we open. And then bring them back together, turning, lowering. Okay, similar idea, just a little bit more motion. Inhaling up, opening, coming back together, and down. Just let your body move nice and relaxed. We're not opening as far as we can. We just let the arms open and then come back. So we're not forcing that opening to any extreme. Inhale, floating up. Maybe that inhale lasts that whole movement, and then you exhale together. As long as you're relaxed, breathing, and you're aware of where your weight is. That's our big thing to focus on. Bring the hands back together, palms float down. We'll let the arms just rest. Getting ready for our next movement here. So this next movement, we're going to take our hands, we're going to make loose little fists. So we're not clenching our fists, we're just bringing our hands together. You can actually make a tight fist and then let go. And that's what we're looking for with these fists, okay? Hands are in front of our legs. We're going to take those loose fists with the inhale. We're going to draw the hands up, and then about shoulder height, they're going to turn palms away from you and just gently let the hands float away and down. So a circular motion just away from us. And then at the bottom, we take those loose fists again, float up, let those hands float away and down. Yellow dragon shows its claws. Inhale, floating up. Hands turn, palms away, floating out and down. Do it again. Float down. Try to keep those shoulders just gently relaxing down. So as you inhale, the hands lift. Try not to get the shoulders too high. And then just relax everything. Hands float down. Let's do it one more time. Nice and slow, just aware of all the little parts. Aware of your feet, relaxing down. Exhale, float the hands down. Okay. Now we're going to look at those first three movements, but in more of a flow. So we're just going to go from movement to movement. Okay, I'll cue everything as we go here. So beginning, feet connected, head floating up, Wuji posture before we do any movement. And then when you're ready, with your inhale, the hands are going to float up about shoulder height. And then let them come back down. That's our first little part. Second part is that, but a little bit more open. So inhale, float up. Palms turn towards each other, arms wide. Inhale back together. Those hands fall. And then when they get towards your legs, we're going to grab those loose fists. Bring the hands up your body, turn. Hands float away and down to your sides. Great. Okay. Remember, always shake out your legs if you need. Keep your legs nice and loose. And now we're going to go back to that weight shift, move our legs a little bit, get a little step going on here with our next movement, and continue from there. So, looking back at where your weight is, we're going to use that to move our legs. So we let one leg fill up. Really take your weight to that leg. Take a moment, take a breath in with your exhale. See if you can notice that weight just melting down towards that heel, towards that ankle. So then the other leg empties of its burden, of its weight, and then let that foot, those toes are going to lift, heel stays down, and then just gently turn, bring that foot down, and then let your weight shift to the open leg now. Take a moment there. Again, feel that weight just melting down into that heel. And then to get back to close that foot, we're going to shift the weight back. This foot is empty. The toes float up, rotate, shift back. Other side, just begin with the other leg. But again, take a moment, feel your weight melting down. Empty foot, toes lift, heel stays down, foot is flat, and then let your weight shift there, leaving one, pouring into the other one, sinking down. And then shift your weight back, closing the empty toes back here, nice and even. Checking out your legs if you need. Okay, same idea now. A little bit more movement. We're not actually going to take the step yet, but we're going to look at just a little bit of heel motion. Let me pull up my pants here, see if that helps anybody. Okay, so we're going to take the weight to one leg, really fill up that one leg. Empty leg, the toes lift, open on your heel. Foot is flat, both feet stay connected, the weight shifts. So now here, this empty leg, see if you can just let that heel float up. And then gently bring it back down. Shift your weight. Empty toes lift and close. Other side. Fill up the other leg. Pour that weight down. Lift the empty toes. Open that foot. Notice that weight just pouring over to the other leg. Really sturdy here. And see if you can lift the heel of that empty foot. Shift the weight back. Empty toes lift and close. Okay? Now we're going to continue on to the step. If you don't feel comfortable doing this step, just keep going with the heel lift, just noticing where your weight is and understanding the practice of this weight shifting. Okay? Now, so take the weight, fill up one leg, lift the empty toes, take the weight there, sinking down, empty heel floats, and then maybe the rest of the foot comes up too. See how that feels? Little step forward. That foot comes connected, then we take the weight forward. And we take the weight back, really emptying that front leg. Float the empty leg back. Shifting, no rush through here, just really aware of where all the weight is, feeling how that feels. Other side. Fill up one leg. The empty toes lift and open. Shift your weight. Really sinking down. Empty heel, maybe the ball of the foot comes up, the whole foot. Small step forward. And then shift your weight. Gently let your weight pour to the back leg, emptying the front leg. Float the front leg back. Shift. Close. Okay, take a moment there. We're going to go through that one more time, then we're going to add in hands for the full body movement that we're working towards. So when you're ready, begin equal weight and then take the weight or fill up one leg. Empty toes lift, open about maybe 45 degrees, doesn't have to open all the way. We're going to take the weight there, gently turn your body so that you're facing the open toes. Okay, really secure there. And then we're going to imagine this empty leg, that the knee just gently floats up and then the heel lowers down. Foot is flat. Then we shift the weight forward, turn the body forward. So we end up facing that front leg. Weight is stacked right over the heel. Let your weight go back, gently turn your body. And then the empty leg, that knee floats back. Shift to close the toes. Fill up the other leg, getting ready for the other side. So empty toes lift, open about 45 degrees. Take your weight there, gently turn your body, sinking down. Empty leg, the knee just gently floats up and then the heel lowers down. And then we shift the weight, turn the body. And then take the weight to the back leg. Gently floating back. Shifting to close. Back in this neutral stance where all our movement comes from, that Wu-Ji beginning before anything happens, okay? Great. So the hands for servant scatters flowers is the movement that we're working towards right now. The hand movement, the upper body, palms are faced up on top of one another. And then as we go, so you can inhale here if you would like, and then the fingers are gonna turn away from you. The hands extend and then open. And then the hands come back towards each other, but they rotate. So the palms are faced away from each other. And then we scoop. And they circle back towards us. Palms are up. Okay. Let's try that again. We're going to flow through this movement a few times. So palms are up. Hands extend and then open. Arms come back towards each other with the palms away, and then you scoop. As you scoop, the hands come back in towards your body on top of one another, and you can just continue right away. Out and open. Bringing the arms back in, palms are away. Scooping. Back together. If I were to turn just to see it this way, so palms are up. Hands go out and open. Back together. Coming back in towards your body. Ending like this. Let's do it one more time so they float away. Open. Back together. Circling on top of one another, and then just let the hands fall back in that neutral position, moving if you need to, do whatever you need. Okay. Now, putting them both together is our ultimate goal here. So we're going to try that right now. Again, if you don't feel comfortable with the step, just do the hands, or maybe just work on just the step or just where your weight is and don't worry about the hands. The legs are the more important part here. The arms are just a reaction or reflection of the intention of our body and our center energy and what's happening. Okay. Well, we'll put it all together right away just to get this practice in here. So palms are up, and then gently just take your weight to one leg. Really feel yourself sinking down. Let those empty toes lift. And then we're going to fill up that one leg and then take a small step forward. And as our weight shifts forward, hands open. Arms come back together now. As we scoop, let that weight pour to your back leg. Emptying the front. That knee floats up. Back. Shift the weight to close the toes. We'll try the other side. So fill up that one leg, sink down. Open the empty leg. Bring your weight there. Gently let the empty knee lift, float forward, and then take your weight, open your hands. Arms come back together, gently scooping back with the palms up, floating the front foot forward. Let's try each side one more time. So here's back in our neutral position where we're kind of starting from here. Arms are up. Again, practice whichever part you feel comfortable with, or the whole thing if you would like. Shift your weight, fill up, sink down to one leg, open the empty toes. Gently take your body there, sink down, emptying the other leg, and then let that empty leg float forward. Shift your weight, open your hands. Arms are back together. Gently scoop as you shift your weight back, emptying the front leg. Shifting to close the open foot, and then shift, sink down, emptying, opening. Empty leg floats forward. Shift your weight as you open your arms, gently scooping, sinking back. Shift to close, hands can lower to your side. There you go, that's that movement, okay? Go ahead, shake out your legs if you need to. We're gonna continue on with extra movement today. This is additional from where we've been. So this is called Immortal Looks at the Sky. We're gonna start in that same position with our feet connected. We're not gonna open or close our feet with this movement, so our hips are gonna stay forward. That's a big part. When we open, we can then move the hips safely without wrenching the knees. So if our feet are forward, our hips are forward, and we're just gonna turn our body, our torso, our upper body, okay? So connect with your feet, arms are at your sides. And with your inhale, the arms are gonna float up, this time a little bit higher, so maybe a little bit overhead. And then the arms are gonna open wide, and the elbows are gonna draw down. Your hands continuing down towards your legs. So we're making a big circular motion with those hands. Let's try that again. Inhale, float the hands up. A little bit over shoulder height, and then the hands open, circling to the side. The elbows draw down, the hands continue towards your legs. Let's do it again. Inhale, float up. Open the hands, elbows. Just gently pull you down and your hands continue. Floating. Okay, same motion now. Hips stay forward, but we're going to gently turn your torso towards one of your feet and then do the same motion. Open your hands, elbows draw down. Hands are last. Let yourself turn forwards again and do it again, facing forward. Inhale up. Open. Elbows draw down, hands circle. Gently down, no rush through the end there. Okay, same idea, but now we're going to turn the other way. So hips stay forward. Gently turn your body, your torso. Float the hands up, open. Draw them down, let them float. Turning, facing forward, okay. Immortal looks at the sky is the name of that movement. So now what we're gonna do is go through all the movements we've been looking at. So it's gonna be 5. We started with 3, we did the step, and then we just added that one in, okay? Let's give it a shot. Let's see how this goes. So begin. Finding stillness in this neutral position with your feet connected, your head floating up, relaxing down. And then with your inhale, float your hands up about shoulder height. And with your exhale, just lower down. And then next inhale, the hands rise, palms towards each other as the arms open. And then bring those arms back together. Turn, hands float down. Once they reach your legs, we make those loose fists. Inhale, arms floating up, palms turning away from you. Exhale, let them lower down. Okay, and then the hands turn, palms are on top of one another. Here's the step if you would like to try. So fill up one leg. Open the empty toes. Gently let your weight shift there, sinking down. The empty leg lifts, a small step forward. And then you shift your weight as your hands open. Arms back together, palms are out. Scooping with your weight pouring to the back leg. Front leg is empty, floating backwards. Shift, closing. Filling up the other leg to begin the other side. Empty toes lift. Let your weight pour there, emptying. The empty leg floats forward. Shift. Opening your hands back together, scooping with your weight shift. Load the empty leg backwards. Shift to close the toes. Hands falling at your side, and then inhale, hands float up. Overhead, opening, circling down. Gently just let those hands fall to your legs. And with your next inhale, the arms are going to go up at your sides. Palms are down in front of you as you exhale, and just let them lower down. Inhaling, up at your sides. Palms are down in front. We're just washing our body in the energy that we've been working with, washing our organs here, closing our form. This exhale, as you let the hands lower, let them come one on top of the other, just below your belly button. Take a moment here. Your head is gently pulling up, rooting down. Maybe your weight gently pours from side to side. And then let your weight even out. We're going to take our right hand out in front of us in a fist. Left hand is going to be open, covering that fist. Small little bow if that feels appropriate for you. Thank you all so much for joining me for Tai Chi. I hope to see you soon. And good luck. Enjoy. Thank you.